Good morning, good morning, good morning, beautiful creatures of the internet. I'm Mango Jones, and today is the fifth part of the Girl Defined Deep Dive where we're going into their terrible takes on mental health. Before I say hi to the chat, before we get started, all that fun stuff, down in the description, of course, are like the donation thingies. And like for real, if you don't want to donate to me because I am just some random person on the internet, there is a link for the Satanic Temple Reproductive Rights Legal Aid Fund, helping to fight in states like Texas to make sure that abortion gets seen as a religious freedom, and helping to make sure that all temple members get access to proper medical care for abortion ritual. Also, in the description, there are resource hubs for LGBTQIA plus families and individuals, including the Center in New York City, GLAAD, the CDC, the Trevor Project, and the Safe Zone Project. And there are reproductive health resources as well for anyone with and without a uterus, including clinic finders, abortion services, Plan C pills, and low to no cost birth control. So, all of that out of the way. I will be doing a palate cleanse again this Saturday. I am not sure if I will be doing one next Saturday. My tax refund is coming in, so I am finally moving all of my shit out of my previous residence. And that's going to take too much time and effort and energy, so I may not be up to it. We will see how that goes. Okay. Yes, carnivorous ape was first. Yes, Lubis. Bible talk, mental health, and you. You, of all people. It's amazing how it works. Good morning, Sir Little Wolf. Morning, Super Ghost UK. Kian, it's wonderful to see you here. I know you missed the last few because sleep schedule, and uh, we'll get it fixed eventually, I'm sure. I'm sure. Good morning, Fit and Curvy. It is lovely to see you, as always. Uh, no. I don't think they'll make him laugh while driving. If anything, it'll be a whole bunch of rage. Rage is the word. Good morning, Sydney. Yes, this is going to annoy you. This is going to annoy you greatly. I myself am already slightly annoyed with them because I am doing this morning, and I did a therapy session from 7 to 8:30. So yeah, this is going to be great. I'm going to take the world's biggest nap this afternoon because Jesus Christ. Ooh. Oh, that's right. You do the Wednesday night news with Realize, don't you? Yeah, good luck with that one. Don't mean to laugh at you, but that fucking sucks. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that does sound like a great time. Okay. Let's get into this because I am so ready to put everything that I've worked on in therapy today to use. Let's do this. Jenna was your average high school girl. From the outside, she seemed happy and excited about life. What most people didn't know about Jenna was that her doctor diagnosed her with depression. Well, yeah, that happens. People get clinically diagnosed with depression. I am clinically diagnosed with depression, as I'm sure a few others in my audience are. Part of life. Jenna has been taking antidepressants for over a year now and seeing a counselor on a weekly basis. Deep down, she sees very little improvement in her life. She feels hopeless and lost on the inside. Well, then she needs to discuss with her counselor how she's actually feeling. You see, when your medication isn't working right, it doesn't do the thing it's supposed to do, which is to help with the clinical depression on a noticeable level. So, that it's kind of on her to let her therapist know how she's actually feeling. Just a thought. Melanie is similar to Jenna, only she's in college. She's cute, skinny, and all the guys seem to like her. From the outside, she's the girl that all the other girls are jealous of. What nobody knows, though, is that Melanie seriously struggles with her eating habits. Yeah, that happens. In fact, she had been diagnosed with anorexia. She agreed to go through therapy, but after 6 months, she isn't seeing improvement. She feels hopeless and lost on the inside. There's a lot of hopeless and lostness being felt here, and if she's not seeing improvement from her therapy, then that means that she's not actually doing what she's supposed to do in therapy, and that it's kind of on her, unfortunately, but it's also kind of on the fact that she has a mental illness that causes her to not eat. You see what I mean? Like it's a very tricky situation, but we'll keep going. Brian is the same age as Jenna, only he doesn't appear happy and excited about life. He keeps to himself and has very few friends. A little over 2 years ago, his parents discovered that Brian was heavily addicted to porn. Urging him to get counseling, Brian reluctantly agreed. Now, 2 years later, Brian finds himself still addicted to porn and feeling more guilty and more hopeless than ever before. Well, fun fact, when you have an addiction to something, the addiction doesn't actually go away. You are still very much addicted. It's just finding ways to work around that addiction and work with that addiction so that you aren't focused on just that. You know what I mean? Like if you're an alcoholic, you go through all of the steps in the program, you stop drinking, you're rebuilding your life. Every day, you're still going to have that little voice in the back of your head that's just like, oh, you can drink this. You can drink a little bit more. You can do all of these things. But you really fucking can't. So, I mean, you take that one sip, it could spiral. With Brian, he might watch that one porn video and it spirals. It happens. It's addiction. Y'all, you ladies just don't fucking get it. Anyway. Jenna, Melanie, and Brian each have struggles that are becoming more and more common in today's society. They are the people in your church, in your Christian school, and on your sports team. They are regular people with tough struggles. After pursuing the most popular routes of medicine, secular therapy, and mainstream counseling, they are each left with little improvement to show for it. What went wrong? Why didn't they find victory over their problems? As Christians, we have, as a majority, bought into the secular culture's solution for fixing our problems. We have closed our Bibles and turned to other sources to find answers. It's just... Yes, they do suck. It absolutely is. No, she's not. None of these people seem to be actually opening up to the counselors that are supposed to be helping them. Like, my therapy session this morning, I had to straight up tell my therapist, hey, I was having a great day yesterday, but because of my previous trauma, I realized I was having a trauma response and my emotions took a nosedive and I went to bed at 8 p.m. And we had to talk about it. And you know how difficult it is to talk about that shit at 7 o'clock in the goddamn fucking morning? But you got to be open with them, because if you're not open with them, they can't help you with anything. It's just the way it is. Yes, you do have to watch your wording, because taking a grippy sock vacation is never fun. But at the same time, come on now. Good morning, Slim. It is lovely, lovely to see you here. Of course. Oh, because they don't know actual real people. They went to the school of the dining room table, so they only met other homeschool religious kids, which is why you see her say, at your Christian school and not just at school. They're weird. A lot of people have the drinking one, my friend. The drinking one is very much a big one. There actually is way less of a stigma for alcoholism. You're absolutely right, and well, part of that also falls into the fact that there are a lot of people that don't believe that sex and porn addiction are fake. Like, people don't believe it exists, and it does. Kind of wild, actually. Oh, good morning, Biomagitech. It's nice to see you again. I haven't seen you in a bit. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see what the Bible has to say for this, shall we? I've heard story after story of Christians just like Jenna, Melanie, and Brian who have serious issues and can't seem to ever fully conquer them. Is this what God intended? Is this how God wants us to live, in a constant state of struggling? I don't think so. Well, I fucking think so. I absolutely fucking do. There's a lot of people that struggle with a lot of things on a day-to-day fucking basis, especially when it comes to food and housing. Access to food and housing is impossible for a lot of people, but God doesn't give a shit, does he? But I'm sure that you, Bethany and Kristen, also don't give a shit because, y'all are privileged white women in Texas. The biggest reason many Christians are struggling to find answers and permanent lifelong solutions to fixing deep issues is often this: they aren't getting to the root issue. Because they're not fucking opening up. Didn't you fucking hear that before? You're the one that wrote the fucking words. You said that Jenna was still feeling like very, very sad and feeling like not pretty and not doing her therapy right and not opening up to people. And Melanie, who was depressed, also was not opening up to people. And what? You're the one that wrote the fucking words. The root issue is they're not being open with their therapists. You goddamn fucking idiot. Ugh, stop it. Okay. I've been attending a biblical counseling conference this past week, of course, and have heard some amazing and eye-opening teaching from Christian doctors, counselors, and pastors. Don't listen to Christian doctors, counselors, and pastors. Don't take their advice on shit. Do not do it. They are also the same people that encourage pro-life counselors. They are the same people that encourage you to stay married to someone that you don't love for the kids and because of the Bible. No. Don't listen to them, please. Okay. They all agree that most of the secular solutions our culture offers don't go after the root. They do go after the root. They do. They shared this illustration to explain. Oh god. Imagine you sit down and unknowingly sit on a sharp tack. You feel intense pain in your lower regions, but you don't get up. Instead, you call up your doctor right away and explain that you feel intense pain in your lower regions. What? 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 Okay, we'll keep going with this. He prescribes a high dosage of painkiller for you. You take that and it eases the pain temporarily. After several days, you get an infection. Your doctor then prescribes heavier meds and to take care of the infection, and on this goes. From the outside, we know what the root issue is, right? Get off the sharp tack. Stop fixing the symptoms and get through this. God fucking damn it. I fucking hate you bitches so goddamn fucking much. This is so fucking idiotic. When you sit down on a sharp tack and you stand up, you will see and feel your leg and be like, oh shit, where did that pain come from? Oh my god, it's a tack. And you take it out and then you go see the doctor because, there are certain infections that you can get from sitting on tacks like that. So you want to go see the doctor to make sure that you get the proper shots, and they're not going to just hand you painkillers because your leg hurts and not even examine it to find the fucking root cause of the pain. You guys are fucking stupid. Oh my god. I have read so many of these goddamn things, And I thought, okay, they can't get any stupider than this. They can't get any stupider than this. And they fucking do. Ah, this shit is shit. Thank you very much, Sydney. Whew, I, yep, this shit is shit. This shit is very much shit. This shit, ugh. I didn't think they could get stupider. I didn't. Okay. Uh, yes, there are Christian doctors that work for family freedom foundations, and they're stupid. Yeah, yeah. Yes. It it is fine for them to have faith. However, comma space. There are certain areas where they do set up like Christian specific practices. They set up Christian specific counseling services, things like that, so that they can bring their faith into it. And it's scary. And it's honestly pretty fucked up. See, this just shows how big of a difference my Christian upbringing and your Christian upbringing is, Slim, because like my church said it was cool, just don't do it too much. Like mm, yeah, no, they can't say a lot of words for some reason, but you know what? I'm going to yell all of the words at them as I clearly just have demonstrated. Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes, already at the point of irritation, and it's not going to get better. It's not gonna get better. The next article we're reading is 5 reasons I'm ditching the me time mentality, 3 side effects of loving yourself, why Christian girls don't need to have self-esteem. It's going to be a tough morning. It's going to be a tough morning. Let's all get that out of the way. It's going to be rage-inducing, and we should all take a nap after this. Group nap. I know, right? It wasn't even consent. Fuck. Yes, they seem to believe that they will just leave the fucking tack in. If you sit on something that hurts, you will look for the reason that it hurt when you sat. It's logic, it's reasoning, just, oh, fit and curvy. I love you to death, and you're gonna rage so hard. You're gonna be so mad. I'm sorry. Mm. Okay. Let's try and keep this moving. Yes. Removing the tack is the only way to permanently fix this issue. Yes, we know. Which is why when you sit on the fucking tack and you stand up and you see the fucking tack, you remove it. You don't just go straight to a doctor for fucking high dosage of painkillers. Jesus fucking Christ. Whew. Okay. This is a great illustration. It's not of what often happens to us as Christians. It's not. It's not. We experience struggles like depression, eating disorders, and porn addictions, and we label these as the main issue because they are an issue. They are a main issue for mental health struggles. Anyway, we don't stop to consider that these struggles may only be symptoms of a deeper heart issue. What? No, no, no. Okay. Unless we address the deeper heart issue, we will most likely never overcome the symptoms. When we take things deeper and address the heart issue, we often discover some form of sin lurking beneath the surface. Oh, yep. Root issues are almost always sin issues, and we call it a sin what it is, a sin. The Bible has answers and solutions. Fuck me sideways. This is where lasting victory is found. I have read dozens of stories about people just like Jenna, Melanie, and Brian who have overcome intense struggles by getting to their root cause, by meeting with a biblical counselor. They were taken to God's word where lasting help and hope is found. For Jenna, she discovered her root issue was an idol in her heart that she couldn't let go of. The more she focused on her idol, the more depressed she became about life. It wasn't until a biblical counselor helped Jenna to get her root sin issue and solve it biblically that she ever found freedom and victory. My fucking God. For Melanie, her root issue was a fear of man, which caused her to stop eating. She believed the lie that her worth and value came from what guys thought of her. So she did everything she could to try to. Oh, I'm sorry. Here we go. Great editing. So she did everything she could to try look pretty. She did everything she could to try look pretty, to get people to notice her. Everyone, please go out today and try look pretty. Thank you. It wasn't until a biblical counselor helped Melanie see this root sin issue and fix it biblically that she was finally free. For Brian, he had an extremely low view of God and a high view of himself. He put his pleasures and self-fulfillment far above serving and honoring God. It wasn't until a biblical counselor helped Brian get to the root of his sin issue and teach him a proper theology of God and being a Christian that Brian ever found lasting freedom and victory. God damn, these fucking bitches. Look, okay. I call them bitches all the time. I say the word bitches every single fucking day. I cuss every single fucking day, but goddamn it, these goddamn cunts just don't seem to understand a goddamn fucking thing. Jesus fucking Christ. You, Kristen Clark. Kristen Krusty Clark. You wrote this. You said in the very beginning of this that these people were not following through with what their proper therapy, their secular therapy should have been. All of these things that you have stated are things that happen in after school specials. Now, see, there are a lot of reasons that someone can become anorexic. In fact, there are a lot of cases where young women become anorexic because of their own mothers, because their mothers are just like, oh, you're getting fat. Look at that. They make snide comments about how much you're eating. They make snide remarks about how you look in that outfit. There are women that become anorexic not because of men, not because of a fear of man and wanting to look pretty. They become anorexic because their brain is like, oh shit, you look like garbage. You look fat as hell. You shouldn't eat today. Get away from the dining room table and go do some actual fucking research. Go talk to people. Go work in a real fucking counseling center. Go volunteer. Go see what these people deal with. Because, it's not just women that struggle with anorexia, too. There are men that do it. There are people that struggle with binge eating. I struggled with binge eating for the longest fucking time. And it's fucking difficult. It's hard. And the Bible a biblical counselor isn't going to show me the light magically because Guy Daddy said something. I need to be open and honest with my therapist. I need to be open and honest with all of the people in my medical team so that we can find out what the issue is and fix it. It's not a fucking biblical issue. Jesus fucking Christ. No amount of pills or secular methods will ever fix the root sin issue. Oh. again, it's not a fucking thin issue. God damn. This right here, this sentence right here, right here, right here, right here. Yes, the Bible can help with depression, eating disorder, and porn addictions. No, I decree it. Just say, oh, excuse me. But I'm just saying, no, stop it. No. Okay. Please, everyone, do not go to biblical counseling. Do not do it. Don't. Oh, yeah. If you or someone you know is struggling with a tough issue, I urge you, I as a secular person, I as a non-theistic Satanist, I as a person who has their own mental health struggles and issues, urge that person that is struggling to seek proper counseling. Don't go to the church for it. Don't do it. You can pretty much go down to any health and human services center in your city and be like, "Yo, I'm struggling with my mental health. Can you help me?" And most of the time they can be like, "Yes, we can. We have resources. We know people." Do that. Go to your local DSS office and be like, "Hey, I'm having struggles. Do you know of any resources to help me? These are my issues." And most of the time, they can help you with a caseworker. I know that DSS and things of the ilk are overworked and underpaid. However, comma space, they are still fighting to help people with the things that they need because that's their job. That's what they're there for. Just reach out to anyone but a Christian sinner. Jesus Christ. Whew. Yes, the Christian answer is to get on their knees. It always is. Proofreading is extraordinarily hard, and I love seeing it happen. Remember, make look pretty today. Fit and curvy. Make look pretty. Not today. Nope, not today. Yes, a biblical counselor is very much a bullshit artist. It's a wonderful thing, isn't it, Hyun? I know, Sir Little Wolf. I keep raging. That probably didn't help either. Uh, yes, flaws are beautiful, and we it's very difficult to explain to women that were taught at their dining room table who have a skewed view of the world and the people around them to be good to others. Last week, we read a passage that Bethany wrote on how to love Muslims, prostitutes, and homosexuals. Yes, she looped all three of those in together. Yes, it was terrible, badly written. And no, they will never tread lightly because everything they do is a slap in the face to those that actually give a shit. Good morning, Vila. Thank you for being here. People don't talk about recovering binge eaters that often. Like, they all focus on the people that, are anorexic or bulimic, but binge eating is a real fucking issue, you guys. Like, you it's really difficult to explain, but it seems like every time something little happens or something big happens, you fix it with something to eat. And when you fix it with something to eat, it spirals, or you sit down to eat and you start eating and you just don't stop eating. You just keep going and going and going and going and going. And it's difficult. And you feel like garbage after. You never feel happy about it. But you keep doing it. It's a vicious cycle. Oh, Slim, you better be eating right, or else, we're gonna fight. We're gonna tussle. Good morning, Realize. Good morning. Actually, fun fact. The first version of the Bible to go out into the mainstream market came from Nigeria. Yep, from Nigeria. The place where all of these Christian workers go to try and convert people into Christianity. Nigeria. Yeah, that's where the first version of the Bible for the mass market came from. Please keep that in mind next time you hear someone say they're going on a mission trip. Yeah. No, they are not trained whatsoever. At all. At all. Good morning, widow's son. Sydney, we are all flaws. Every single last one of us is a flaw in some way, shape, or form. We all have our own flaws. We are all flawed towards other people. No one is perfect. And the fact that these blonde bitches think that they actually are doing something to be helpful, to be capable, to make someone's life better is hysterical to me. It truly is. It is. You did miss that one. It was an interesting one. Oh. They are supposed to love thy neighbor like they love themselves. However, you are talking about women that pick and choose who or what they are going to love, who and what they are going to do. It's great. It makes for wonderful articles like these that we're looking at. I I absolutely love it. It's so great. It's so much fun. Ah. Um, you have to be taught because these women were told that if someone is not Christian, they are not worthy of love. They will never be loved properly, and it's an entire thing that they did. Oh, yes. It will forever be a struggle. Like I opened up my pantry this morning and at first I wasn't hungry because I was dealing with all of my shit from last night and after I had my therapy session and I felt hungry, I opened up the cabinet and I looked and I just started grabbing shit. I grabbed like 15 things out of the fucking pantry and I was like, "Wait a second. Nope. Nope. I just need enough to feel not hungry." So I ate a small soup and I ate a sandwich. And I feel not hungry. I feel great. So I could go in there and eat the rest of the things that I had pulled out. It'd be delicious. Thought. But I'm not going to because I'm good. I am not hungry. I feel not hungry. Uh oh, oh, oh. Yeah. Yeah, no. 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 I don't want to know what they think about autism. No. Nope. Mm-mm. No, I am not going down that road with them. I am not. I already have a big enough issue with Shani and Rev. And actually, Shani's ex-husband, Chris, I have a big issue with him too. Because when a school tells you that you should take your child to get formally diagnosed, go do it. They're telling you that for a reason. Because once you're formally diagnosed, you can get yourself the support services you need through the Department of Disability and Special Needs in your state. You can get all of the shit set up with an IEP for your school. You can potentially be put on SSI if your support needs level is high enough. And they didn't do jack shit for that goddamn kid. I fight every single goddamn year for my son's IEP. I fight every single goddamn week to make sure that all of his shit is being paid out in case he needs extra therapies like his speech, his behavior, his occupational, whatever it may be. And they do nothing. That kid is going to be so royally fucked if he ever leaves their living area he is, and I cannot stand it. I can't. Anytime the kids are brought up, I die. I feel so bad. And it should not be that way. It shouldn't. Yes, we are perfectly imperfect, Super Ghost. Aw, thanks, Rut. I'll catch you later. Okay, so that was Kristen's sack of bullshit that we just went through, that I just raged a lot at. I have a lot of pent-up rage this morning. This is going to be exciting. So now we're moving on to Bethany. Bethany Berthy Baird. Bethany, we don't like you. None of us do. This article is titled 5 Reasons I'm Ditching the Me Time Mentality, but it seems like all of your time is me time. I mean, that's what it looks like on your Instagram. You don't seem to ever post too much about doing things with your family or for your family, or working with that servant's heart that you were born with. Anyway, let's see why you're ditching the me time mentality. I really want to know. I grabbed my computer and headed to my bedroom for some me time. I was exhausted from the day's work, and I just wanted to veg out in front of my computer. Browsing through Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest was exactly what I thought I needed to rest up for the next day. The hours flew by, and I lazily closed my eyes and fell asleep. Woke up the next day, went through the usual routine, came home tired and in need of more, you guessed it, me time. Day after day, I cherished my me time in hopes of feeling energized, rested up, and excited about the next day. But for some reason, all of my me time was only leaving me more exhausted and less excited about the daily routine of life. I was not feeling lasting refreshment like the experts claimed it would be. Me time is bogus. Look, it's okay to have me time. It is. You know what I do at the end of every day when my small human goes to bed? I take some time to myself because it's the only time to myself that I'm probably going to have. Because you know what I got to do the next day? I got to do more adult shit. And being an adult is kind of important. Like, I got to deal with work. I got to deal with all of the small humans things, all of his therapies and teachers and everyone emailing me, making sure that everyone's up to date and on the same page. I have to deal with a lot of shit all the time. So when he goes to bed, if I want to sit down and I want to spend my me time like on Vila stream or Lizard stream because they're doing open panels and stuff, then I can do that. That's how I want to spend my me time. My time away from my small human, my time away from my responsibilities. And it's okay to do that. It truly is okay to do that. Lizard, I'm ragey. That's how I am. I am ragey. It's the morning of rage. So good morning to you. I hope that work is not too terrible. I saw in the Discord that you are changing your stream to Friday night, which is cool. That works. Yes, everyone, it is Security Soy Lizard because Negs thought that he was doing something by reviewing Lizard. Yeah, I'll let that one sink in for a minute for those that are in the community. Yes, good morning, Gavin Kit Kats. Gavin Kit Kats is not a racist. Please, everyone, remember that. Gavin Kit Kats. He's a boy. He is not a racist. And he has tuna neck because he's malnourished. We'll get you some real food, Gavin. Get you real food. Here are the 5 reasons that Bethany has decided. Oh, yeah. You're absolutely right. He did give you content. And I will have that on the archive for you so that you can review that content, and it will be glorious. And you're welcome. I do too much for you. Jesus Christ. Yes, Gavin Kit Kats is a boy. He's a boy. He's the best boy. The bestest boy. Yes, Negs decided to review security this morning. Nadar? Isn't that how he not how he pronounces it? Foodie Beauty's bitch. And Moonbear, of all people. Moonbear. Really? Why Moonbear? Like, didn't you say you were fucking over? Anyway, that's not what this is about. This is not a Lowell's Cow stream. This is Girl Defined. Whew. You're welcome. You're welcome. Just remember to make that goulash this week, because, like, it's going to be great. And apparently it's like 1 degree where you are, so it's going to be cold too. So make the goulash this week. You won't regret it. I'm leaving that comment up. Gavin, not racist. Gavin is not racist. Okay. The number one reason that Bethany is ditching the me time mentality is that me time doesn't refresh. It does when you do it right. I did some research about this me time mentality, and the health and psychology experts are the biggest proponents. They compare me time to recharging your batteries and encourage women to schedule it like an appointment. I like the idea of batteries needing to be recharged. That sentence. I like the idea of batteries needing to be recharged. Good job, Bethany. I am so proud of you for liking that idea. That you were in your late 20s when you wrote this, honey. Find a thesaurus? Do anything other than what you're doing? Okay. I think that's a great analogy. If we as Christian girls need to recharge and refresh in order to give and live to the fullest, we need to make sure we are plugged into the right charger. Our batteries are not going to last very long if they aren't plugged into the right source. Well, no fucking shit, Sherlock. I can't take my Ryobi fucking drill battery and put it inside of another charger. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't work. It's not going to fit, probably, first of all, because all drills and their chargers are built differently. But at the same time, fuck you. Like, what's that? Stop. When you veg out in front of the TV, your batteries are not being recharged and refreshed. Actually, they fucking are. For me, at least. As a Christian girl, your batteries will only recharge to the fullest when you spend time in God's presence. God is the only one who can completely fill up your tank and give you the long-lasting power you need to have excitement and energy for the next day. That is where you will find true refreshment. No. I find refreshment in sitting down, talking to people that love and appreciate me for me. I find fulfillment in ignoring my adult responsibilities for a little while to talk to those people and maybe have an adult beverage, maybe watch 5 episodes in a row of a show. Like, it's okay. It really is. It's okay to do that. And our batteries is a stupid fucking analogy, and you need to fucking quit. Oh, okay. Nader. Gross. Yes, make it tonight for sure. Like, it'll stick to your bones. You fucking need it. Rev slander of Gavin will not go unpunished. We will all remember, and we will all remind him every single fucking day of his life. Yes, me time does leave you feeling depressed with daily living. You know, like, my me time last night, I went to bed at 8 o'clock, and I woke up and I did therapy this morning. That's what I did. I didn't do my usual me time because, like, I was having a trauma response, and I recognized it and decided to avoid spiraling. It happens. It's okay. But these bitches don't seem to get it. Like, you can do pretty much anything for your me time if you want. Yeah. I don't know. I heard all the fucking time, man. I'm only 29. Fuck, I'm gonna be 30 this year. I'm getting old. Anyway. Yes, Gavin would absolutely love to live with you, Sydney. You do so good. Yes. Yes, she is drained from trying to maintain the unreasonably high expectations of her particular section of Christianity. I will say that. It's her particular group of Christianity that it is hard to maintain everything for. Seeing as how they have unreasonably high expectations and wants of their community. They do not know how to do anything right at all. It's not good. Like we should fight them? I don't know. We should. Anyone want to go fight them in Minecraft? Like, I'm sure we could take them. Yes, God is supposed to be everywhere. God is everywhere. God watches you while you take a shit. God's dirty. God's more of a dirty birdie than Slim. Slim's dirtiest birdie, I know. Thank you, Hyun. Yeah. Those are great ways to do me time. One of my favorite me time things that I do on Sunday nights is I watch really shitty horror movies. And I laugh my ass off. Every Sunday night, without fail. Watch a shitty horror movie, have a great time, laugh until I cry. Last Sunday, the movie that I watched was Bigfoot versus Zombies. And I cannot get over it. It was great. It was hilarious. And it was a wonderful way to end the week. And we should all do that. Like, we should all find the thing that we need to do to end our week and start out our week. Yes, Killer Ants. Killer Ants does not make any sense whatsoever. The CGI ants are in the hundreds. What's that quote? Oh, yes. Lizard said it. The difference between 100 CGI ants and 100 billion CGI ants is 100 billion ants. Yes. Please keep that in mind. You will love these zombies, Sir Little Wolf. They are very badly made. They are very badly done. Okay. So how about Saturday night for the palate cleanse stream? We will do a little bit on really shitty movies. We will. It will be a fun time. And then after that, we will do infomercials. So there we go. Pearl, you're 48 minutes late, but it's okay because, like, you're an adult and you got shit to do. It's okay. Okay. Let's get back to the things that aggravate us most. Like, me time leaves you feeling depressed with daily living. One of the biggest problems with me time is that it gives you a terrible perspective on the day-to-day routine. God has given you a specific calling for this season of your... Oh, yeah, you guys, they love to say season of life. Season of life. When you're single, you are in your season of singleness. I am in my season of singleness. You know what? My season of singleness actually sucks. Not all that great, but, like, I found some happiness within it. But anyway, they love to make the season of singleness seem like it's forever and you were terrible and oof. God has given you a specific calling. Just remember that, you guys. Whether it's finishing school, serving your family, watching kids, or cooking meals, you can find complete satisfaction and joy in the job that God has given you. Instead of viewing your daily tasks as drudgery and something to endure, you can learn to view it as your calling from the Lord and as something you truly can find fulfillment and joy in. Me time tempts us as Christians to grudgingly endure the day and dream of our precious alone time. Quick question. All you people that work like a manual labor type job, do you find fulfillment from the Lord in your job? If the answer is no, and you really just look forward to getting home and doing what you want to do, which would qualify as me time, then yeah. Yeah, this bitch is fucking dumb, isn't she? Yeah, see? Lizard, you don't get satisfaction from the Lord doing all of your manual labor? Same with you, Fit and Curvy. Do you find fulfillment from the Lord while you're doing your manual labor? Because I think you would find fulfillment in I don't know, doing the things that you like. It's amazing how that works. It is. It truly is. Yeah, see, even Ty. Hell no. Yeah. I know you like to fill the Lord, Slim. Okay, I do believe that there is something on my whiteboard about you and Jesus's holes and the thing. And it's yes, you love to fill his holes in multiple ways, Slim. Me time puts the focus on the wrong person. If I weren't a Christian, I would be all over this me time mentality. But I am a Christian, and I have a guidebook to live by. Maybe I'm missing it in there, but I haven't been able to find me time in the Bible. When I scan the pages of Jesus's life, I see service and worship. I see Jesus pouring his life into others and then pouring his heart out to God. I see him going to God for his recharge and strength. We need to follow his example. Instead of buying into the selfish me focus, we need to put our focus back on God. When times are hard and the living gets rough, don't have a pity party and run to get a manicure. Instead, do what David did and worship the Lord. Cry out to him and fill your mind with his word. Um, Bethany, when I am in a rough spot and I am dealing with a bunch of shit, you know what I do sometimes? I chop off a bunch of my hair. I pierce myself. I do self-destructive things in a self-contained environment, and then I talk to my therapist about it. Yeah. And a lot of people do that, actually, because, sometimes shit gets really fucking rough. It happens. It's a thing. Guys, like, we don't have to cry out to the Lord unless, you're, like, on your back and there's a person. There are many good reasons to call out to the Lord, but this is not it. This thing, this article, all of that. Yeah, no, that's not. Yeah. Anyhoozle. Yeah, you do. You do that, don't you? Yes. See? Fake gets it. Who doesn't want to bang Jesus? I mean, come on now. Like, have you seen some of the statues of him? Like, they made him ripped for no fucking reason, my dude. Like, why? That is actually a great place to get fulfillment from Gavin Kit Kats. You're right. Yes, there is a Jesus Christ butt plug. There is also a Jesus Christ butt plug that has taco holders. Dual taco holders, by the way. Yes. God damn it. Am I gonna have to put this one on the list, Slim? Like this comment? Does that need to go on the list? Because if I need to put it on the list, I will. Please advise. I mean, yeah, duh. Come on now, lizard. Get it together. Yeah, same. Yes, this is an extraordinarily unhealthy. It is. Oh, hey, Milky. It's so nice to see you. Oh, I'm so glad that you are having a nice shit at work, and I'm so glad you decided to say hi while pooping. I am. Amazing. Jesus is. Fuck, it has to go on the list? Okay, yeah, I'll put it on the list. Don't worry. It's going on there. Okay. Number 4. Me time is terrible training for being a wife and mother. That's not all you have to do in life as someone with a uterus. Just saying. After reading an article by a wife and mother, I am convinced that this me time mentality is horrible preparation for the future. The author of that blog post says that she tried out me time only to find herself stressed and edgy and desperate for more. She also says, I dreaded going to bed because it meant waking up to children's needs and a disaster of a house. What? Her conclusion to me time was this. In a moment of clarity, as only the Lord can offer, I saw my behavior for what it truly was, selfishness. Along with this epiphany came the conviction to quit seeking me time. She closes her article with these words. Our need for me time will fade as we begin to see motherhood as a blessing, not to be escaped, but embraced. Whew. Whew. Uh, Bethany. Bethany. Hi. Hi. I'm a mom. I am. This is one of these few times that you guys will ever hear me use this phrase. And if I use this phrase outside of something like this, where it needs to be stated, then by all means, fucking slap me. I actively encourage it. Like, just come down to where I live, give me a smack, leave, the whole thing. Bethany fucking Beal, as a mother, as an actual mother, because you don't do shit for your child, you filmed him crying on Instagram talking about how fucking annoying he was. I, as a mother, do need that time away from my son. But you know what I do? I do the things that he needs me to do before he goes to bed. I make sure his laundry is ready for school the next day. I make sure his snacks are ready. I play with him when he gets home from school. In fact, today when he gets home, we're going outside and we're playing for a little while because it's nice out there today. It's 51 degrees right now. That's in Fahrenheit for Canadians and people with regular temperature. It's Fahrenheit, 51F. It's wonderful. It's great. We're going to make dinner together because he likes to help me cook. He's going to help me load the dishwasher. He's bad at it, but we're still going to do it. My child's needs always come first. It does not fucking matter. But as soon as he goes to bed, as soon as everything is finished, I can have my time. And I do have my time. I take that time to talk to the people that I want to talk to see the movies I want to see, to watch the shows I want to watch, because you know what? There are only so many hours in the day and only so many episodes of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse that I can sit through before I just want to throw up during the hot dog song. It is what it is. It'll be what it'll be. But trying to tell mothers that they are fucking awful for needing to have me time is not it. It's not. It never has been it. It never will be it. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, this isn't a book. This is a blog post. They wanted women to read this on their website and connect with it and be like, "Oh yeah, this makes sense." Mm-hmm. No, that's not how it fucking works. Yeah. See, I can, like, last night, one of the things that I did before I went to bed was I turned everything off. I laid down. I stared at the ceiling for a while. and I dozed off, and it was really nice. It was wonderful. Normally, I need to have like background noise or something, but it just always, always need to have me time. You need to have time away from partners. You need to have time away from spouses. You need to have time away from your kids. You do. Like, I've been talking to someone. I have been. But, I don't have to spend all of my time talking to them. Wanna know why? It's kind of crazy. We have our own lives, our own friends, our own interests. We have our own things we need to do. It's almost as though we're adults and can have me time. Oof. Just saying. Be careful at work. No more breaking your hand. Um, Make the goulash tonight. Yeah. Maybe Negs will have more great content about you later on because he does, you know, stream twice a day. So there's that. Yes, the hot dog song. Hot dog. And I've got this weird Russian dude on my TikTok that pops up like dancing to the Russian version of the hot dog song, and I can't escape him. He's always there. He's always fucking there. Oh, the thing is, like, this isn't just some new cult. It's not. Like, this is their church has been teaching these sort of things for decades. And it's fascinating because they're putting it all out there for everyone. It's oof. Yes. Yes, they are. Are you sure that we are grown, Ty? Are you really sure? I don't know. Maybe? Hmm. Okay. We're on the last one. And then we get to move on to uh something that I know for a fact is going to make Fit and Curvy probably scream. Fit and Curvy. The next one's called Christian Girl. You don't need to love yourself more. Yeah. Number 5 is You Are Not Owed Me Time. Whoever declared that you deserve me time was very confused. Really? Because a lot of my friends tell me that I deserve me time because I'm always doing shit for myself, for my son, and for other people. So they're just like, you need to take time to yourself. So, yeah. I guess every single one of you in my audience that has ever told me to take a break and take time to myself is wrong, apparently. Just keep that in mind. As sinners saved by the grace of God, we deserve one thing: hell. We live in a society that is so narcissistic, and it encourages us to live out a completely self-focused lifestyle. We need to reject that idea and remember the example Jesus left for us. For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. Once you learn to live life with an outward focused mindset, the need for me time will fade. Satisfaction and refreshment truly can be found in living a poured out lifestyle. What? What? Okay, Bethany, honey, sweetheart, do you know what any of the words you typed out means? Do do you know? I don't think you know. I think you're confused. I think you're really confused. Oof. I'll admit, I am not a pro at this. No shit. You're not a pro at anything, Bethany. Fuck, I'm surprised you can get dressed in the morning. I still struggle with wanting me time. I'm slowly but surely learning to spend my downtime recharging in God's Word and learning to view my daily duties as a blessing and not a burden. Oh, Bethany. Let me clarify. I absolutely enjoy peace, quiet, and a good conversation with a friend over a cup of coffee, but if I am truly content in my God given role and current season of life, I no longer cling to those moments as my lifesavers. I'm learning to view those as blessings, not escapes. I'm realizing that I don't need those moments to survive, except for the fact that you need those moments to survive. Yes. Yes, you do. You do need those moments to survive. You need to have those moments to. If you don't have the me time, if you don't take the time to yourself to let go of the stresses of everyday life, to let go of the bad feelings you may have towards others or yourself, if you don't take that time to decompress, then so many bad things can fucking happen. That's how mothers end up murdering their babies. That is how people end up murdering others. That is how people end up doing a lot of things that they shouldn't do because they were overwhelmed, they were stressed, they were tired, and no one gave them a goddamn fucking moment to themselves to decompress. As simple as. Jesus fucking Christ, you people are absolutely goddamn fucking ridiculous, and how people pay you for this type of bullshit is beyond me. In the words of TIE Fighter Jet and Miss Parker and BGTV and pretty much everyone in the Petty family, we are fucking grown. Fucking act like it. Anyway, how about we learn from Bethany why Christian girls don't need to love themselves? Let's do that, because you know what? Apparently, Christian girls shouldn't love themselves. Apparently, women shouldn't love themselves. Apparently, that's just a thing that's going on. Let's figure this all out. Yes, Mindy, I am so glad to see you. I love you to death. You're my favorite. Me time is incredibly important. I know I just went on a giant rant and I finally saw your comments and I apologize for that. But yes, me time is the most important thing that a person can do for themselves, besides going to therapy if they need it and being put on the proper medications if they need it. Yes, I absolutely despise that perpetuation as well. One of the things that I hear a lot is God gives special babies to special people. Don't tell me that shit. Don't you ever look me in the eye and tell me that fucking shit. I will punch you. I am not some stone strong person that only needs God. My special baby was not given to me because I am a special person. He was given to me because of genetics, because I am autistic. He is autistic. It's the way it goes. And if I want to take me time away from my autistic son, then I will absolutely fucking do that. If I want to break down and sob on the phone to one of my best friends because I am overwhelmed and tired and stressed, I will do that. And the fact that these ladies keep thinking that you shouldn't do those things, you shouldn't be some weak-willed fucking person, but at the same time, you should sit down and pray and wait for your husband to be brought to you by God. I fucking hate it. I hate these women with a passion. I don't hate a lot of things. I don't hate a lot of people, but I hate these two bitches. I do. There is no way around it. I despise them. I despise the ideals that they push. I despise the things that they try and sell to young teenage girls and college-age women. If and the thing is, the language used in these articles is still as Christian girls. They were in their 20s and 30s when they wrote these things. Why are you still so goddamn focused on young women? You are grown. You literally are grown. You are married. You have children. Focus on your target audience, which is women your age. Quit trying to sell this bullshit to Gen Z. Quit. Stop. It's sickening. It's disgusting. Quit worrying about what is going on with teenagers and what's happening in their pants, because y'all sure as hell seem focused on that too. Who gives a shit? It is not your business. It is not for you to decide who is right and who is wrong. It's not. Stop it. Fuck. Yep. Yep. And they use scare tactics, and they use very particular language to ensure that people are terrified. It is fear. It is a fear-based following. Oh yeah, Gen Z. Gen Z is messed up, but at least y'all have us millennials to help you with the messed upness, because like we're really fucking damaged too. Um yeah, we're all fucked. We are. All current adults are fucked. That's why we have the internet. So that we can all be fucked together. Unless you're hanging out with Slim, there might be consent forms involved. Never mind. We'll talk about it later. God damn it, Slim. Okay. So, let's learn. Christian girl, you don't need to love yourself more to find lasting worth. She stood up in the bathroom on top of the counter, looked into the mirror, and started reciting her morning pump up mantra. I am awesome. I am amazing. I am the best. I can do anything. I love the girl that did this. Like, she was so adorable. She was also on Tosh.0. That was fun. With a final look of confidence and a smile at herself through the reflection, she went along with her day. This little girl's mom uploaded the video to social media and it went viral. People from across the world were praising this video and commenting on how much we could learn from this little 6-year-old girl. Yeah? This isn't the only self-pump up video online. There are dozens of these sorts of "you've got this" videos trending all of the time. In fact, it's not just videos of little kids giving themselves pep talks that are trending. It's pastors of churches having their congregation speak empowering words of self-love over themselves. It's self-love meditation practices. It's books and magazines discussing the importance of looking inward, finding one's truth, and loving oneself more. What is wrong with any of this? I am reading so many things that are just awesome and wonderful and great to do. It's okay to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I am wonderful. I am beautiful. I am happy. I'm going to get through my day. It's okay. It is. Some mornings I wake up, I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh shit. Let's fuck this bitch up. Like, those are some good pump up words too. I'm going to fuck this day up. Let's go. Like, we got this. We can do this. I tell small human when he's getting ready for school, you've got this. Let's go fuck shit up. And he's just like super stoked because he's got this. We're going to fuck shit up today. God damn. We can love ourselves. We can love each other. We can do all of the things and be encouraging and kind and wonderful. And it's okay. It is. I thought that was like the entire Christian mindset. Like, that's the Christian mindset that I was raised with, that we should love and empower everyone. Even now, in a non-theistic Satanist mindset, we are supposed to love and encourage everyone. So what's wrong with this? Let's find out. Bethany, what's wrong with this? From the surface, these practices seem like a good idea. Isn't self-love important? Yes. Don't we need to build ourselves up more? Yes. In a world filled with so much negativity, isn't this a positive, combative solution? Yes. With such low numbers in self-esteem, shouldn't we focus on esteeming ourselves as much as possible? Yes. The biblical solution may be different than we think. Well, no fucking shit, Bethany. You're going to tell us how terrible we are, aren't you? In fact, I believe the world's solution to self-worth and self-confidence often do more harm than good in the long run. What? These kinds of pep talks can only last so long. Okay. What happens when you're genuinely not feeling awesome? When you truly disappoint someone? When someone disappoints you? When you look in the mirror and say, I am perfectly amazing, but deep inside, you know you're not perfect. Okay, Bethany, dear, honey, none of us are perfect. We are all perfectly imperfect, and that's okay. We can hype ourselves up by being like, I am perfectly amazing today. And that's okay. When you disappoint someone, when you truly disappoint someone, you know what you do? You acknowledge that you disappointed them. You acknowledge how you disappointed them. You apologize for disappointing them. You give them the space to work through their shit while you take the space to work through yours if it's needed. And then you regroup and you try again. It's okay. It happens. If someone disappoints you, it's the same thing. Inform them that you're disappointed. Like, be open and honest with people and tell them why you're fucking disappointed. When you're not feeling awesome, you can be honest about the fact that you're not feeling fucking awesome. Like, I woke up this morning dealing with shit from last night and I was not feeling awesome. Do I feel awesome right now? Fuck no. No, I'm going to have to take tonight to sleep a lot. Like, I am going to nap so hard this afternoon after Small Human gets home. But it's okay for me to have these feelings. It's okay for those feelings to exist. No one is going to be 100% happy 100% of the time. And that's fine. You can still love yourself. You can still love other people. You can still do your best to be the best person you can be without being chipper and cheery 100% of the time. It's okay. It happens. It's okay to not be okay. What about when life is too hard and loving yourself more isn't cutting it? Well, then talk to a therapist. Yeah, I think we covered that with like the first therapists. Therapists. Like, yes, you might have to search around for the right therapist for you. Therapist shopping is a thing. I've had the same therapist for a while. She's fucking great. I absolutely love her. You know, it's a thing. It's a thing. My proposed solution to finding true confidence, worth, love, value, and purpose has nothing to do with looking in a mirror and pumping ourselves up. I think it's deeper than looking inward and speaking a self-help mantra over our hearts. I don't believe it's dependent becoming better, smarter, or more awesome. What? Can someone tell me if this sentence makes sense, please? I don't believe it's dependent becoming better, smarter, or more awesome. I don't believe it's dependent becoming better, smarter, or more awesome. This falls into the same vein as make look pretty. Good job. Once again, Bethany, you are truly showing what that dining room education does for the English language. Amazing. The best. The best. Yes, okay, so when it comes to Girl Defined Ministries, they do books, blog posts, YouTube videos. They have a Patreon. They do a conference every year, except for this year. This year, there is no conference. The reason that there is no conference is because instead they're going to build you a little box full of instructions on how to have a relaxing weekend by reading Bible verses and being told that you're terrible. And they're going to sell that and they're going to make money off of it. And then at the end of the year, they're going to do their usual thing where they ask for donations from their viewers and everything in the amount of $30,000, which is not taxable because they are a Christian nonprofit. There we go. Yep. Yeah. That's girl defined. Yes. You are worth it. You absolutely are worth it. Everyone is worth it to a degree. Like, there are some people that I will say are not worth it, but I'm sure that most people in my audience agree with the type of people those are. That aren't worth it because they're terrible. Terrible people don't deserve good things. Please keep that in mind. No, Biomagitech, you don't suck. Everyone sucks in a way, but like being there for people, I mean, you can be there for people in spirit, you know? Be better than God and be there for people in a loving spirit, apparently. No, there is no comma. There is no comma. No comma. Word salad. Massive word salad. It is A-okay. Thank you for coming back. I do appreciate it, though. Oh, yeah, that whole thing. Like the stream, do whatever. Yeah, all those things. There's links in the description, stuff like that, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Okay, now, please don't misinterpret where I'm going here, apparently. I am not advocating a mindset of self-hatred or self-depreciation or self-deprecation. Sorry, that was my bad. I can't read. Oof. I'm not saying we need to despise ourselves or speak negatively about ourselves. That's not a biblical response either. What I'm getting after here is the deeper question of how do we actually obtain true worth, value, and love? As I'll share below, I don't believe it's found by focusing on loving ourselves, but rather loving our Creator more and then learning how to embrace His love for us. Okay. 3 biblical solutions to feeling truly confident and loved as a woman, even when you're having a bad day. Start by admitting that you aren't enough. What? You don't have to be enough. Biblical truth is we are all sinners in desperate need of a savior. A proper understanding of who we as sinners in need of a savior will help us to better understand who God is. Wow. Whew. That was a lot to take in right there. We are born sinners, and for that reason, we are unable to do good in order to please God in our natural state or the flesh. Those who are in the realm of the flesh cannot please God. Romans 8:8. Once again, a Bible verse taken out of context. Bethany, I will need to revoke all of your Bibles. We were dead in our sins before Christ raised us to spiritual life. Ephesians 2:1. We lack any inherent spiritual righteousness in and of ourselves. No one has to teach a child to lie. Rather, we must go to great lengths to impress upon children the value of telling the truth. Toddlers are naturally selfish with their innate, although faulty, understanding that everything is mine. Sinful behavior comes naturally for the little ones because we are all born sinners. Or, and this is just a wild fucking thought here, Bethany, maybe toddlers are like that because they are discovering how the world works. They are discovering what it is like to interact within society. They are learning that not everything is theirs. They are learning so many new things. Look, toddlers go through a mind phase because it's developmentally necessary to teach things such as sharing or not getting your way all the time or anything like that. It is absolutely important that we work with children during that mind phase, not because they're fucking sinners, but because they're goddamn children that don't know right from wrong, and it is our fucking job to teach them. God fucking damn it, you stupid fucking bitch. Because we are born sinners, we must experience a second spiritual birth. No, we don't. We don't. We are born once into Adam's family and are sinners by nature. When we are born again, we are born into God's family and we are given the nature of Christ. Oh my fucking God. Okay. Baptizing a toddler and teaching a toddler about God will not magically stop the me, mine phase. You know what will stop it? Properly guiding them and teaching them. Will Christ do that himself? Is Christ real? Are we real? Is anything real? Come the fuck on, you stupid goddamn blonde bitch. You are some of the most milquetoast fucking people I have ever seen in my goddamn life. Everything you do is unseasoned. Even your writing. Jesus fucking Christ. Grow the fuck up and learn how child development actually works. How can you raise goddamn children not knowing any of this? Bethany, I hate to say it, but your son is going to be fucked. He is. Because you don't know how to teach anything. Okay. No, we can't. We cannot expect that of a child. We can't. Which is it's so goddamn frustrating. Knowing that this bitch is raising a child. Her toddler must get told on a daily fucking basis that he's a sinner. I would not be surprised if she is constantly telling that poor little boy that he sins all the time. Infuriating. Infuriating. Number 2. Recognize that God never commands us to love ourselves more. Bethany, God commanded you to love your neighbor as you love yourself. And you had to write an entire article about how to properly love Muslims, homosexuals, and prostitutes. Do you really think you have a leg to fucking stand on with this one? Do you? Do you? We need to slow down and look carefully at the Bible. No, you do. You like to pick and choose. You cherry pick things. Anyway, nowhere in Scripture do we see God commanding us to love ourselves more. Why? Because editing, Bethany. Because God know that looking out for self is our natural default. God knows that looking out for self is our natural default. Yep. I'm just going to copy and paste that sentence into the chat because God know. God know. Oh, God know. God know. Apparently. James McNeil, thank you for being here. I absolutely appreciate it. You are a doll. Wonderful. It is incredibly depressing. Oh, no, Super Ghost. They don't get to go to college. You see, they go to the school of the dining room table. Sure, the men could potentially go off to college. However, they are not educated properly and cannot get in. They reasonably cannot be college educated. They will not do these things. They are taught at their dining room tables. Bethany, Kristen, Rebecca, Susanna, Stephen, all of the Baird siblings graduated the school of the dining room table. Just so you know. Absolutely. Get dinner. It's amazing. Yes. This is tragic. This is heartbreaking. This is what they're telling young girls. Yeah. Young women, teenagers, things like that. Hi, wifey. It's nice to see you. I assume that you recently got the kiddos off to school. Let's move on. Being self-focused is our natural default. Thinking about ourselves more, whether in a positive or negative light, is something that every human on earth does naturally. Even when we wrestle with negative and hateful thoughts about ourselves, our eyes are still turned inward, focusing on ourselves. As one author put it, the statement, love your neighbor as yourself, Mark 12:30 through 31, is not a command to love yourself. It is natural and normal to love yourself. It is our default position. There is no lack of self-love in our world. The command to love your neighbor as yourself is essentially telling us to treat other people as well as we treat ourselves. Scripture never commands us to love ourselves. It assumes we already do. In fact, people in their unregenerate condition love themselves too much. That is our problem. Rather than trying to find love and worth by esteeming ourselves more, we need to look up to the one who made us. Bethany, God is not going to fix the trauma that I have. God is not going to take the things that I have been through. He is not going to take what they have done to my mental health. He is not going to take all of this, magically pull it away, and be like, oh, hey, love me. Don't work on yourself. Don't improve yourself. Don't give yourself self-love. I need to love myself more. I do. I will openly and gladly admit that. There are days where I absolutely despise the person that I am, but I know a lot of that comes from trauma responses. I do. I'm aware. I am very self-aware. But telling people to not love themselves more, telling people to not take the time to work on themselves as people and love others as much as they love themselves, because yes, while we all inherently do love ourselves, there's a lot of us that don't love ourselves enough, and we do self-destructive habits. We fall into self-destructive behaviors. We fall into things that we think will make us love ourselves. Quit selling this to people. This is a dangerous mindset. This is a dangerous rhetoric. It is going to cause way more harm than good, especially in the young women that you sell this shit to. Oh, young woman, don't love yourself. If they don't love themselves, then why? If you don't love yourself, how is anyone else going to love you in a true and proper way? They're not. They're going to take advantage. They're going to see what your faults are. They're going to see where your mind is at. They're going to see the fact that you are slightly fucking broken, and they are going to take advantage. And that's fucking dangerous. Bethany, goddamn Beal, quit selling this to people. Quit telling young women that it's okay for people to take advantage of the fact that they are fucking broken and don't love themselves enough. Encourage these women to seek out help. Encourage these women to lift themselves up in a way that allows them to live their lives without being taken advantage of. You help perpetuate the problem by saying this bullshit. You help perpetuate the issue. Quit. Jesus fucking Christ. Hello, Carrie. I don't think I've seen you around before. It is very nice to meet you. And it's, yes, it is true. If you are not well, you cannot be a servant to others. I was raised in the United Methodist Church. We had a very strong opinion that if you need help, you need to seek help outside of the church. And only then can you help other people within the church. It's a very simple concept. It is. If your mind is not where it needs to be, you cannot do unto others. That simple. Yes, church does cause you to fall into this type of mindset. Church does make it to where things get fucked up. It's a terrible fucking cycle. It's a cycle that needs to be broken. It is a cycle that will only be perpetuated by women like this. Women like this are the reason that cycles continue. Yes, there are more reasons why cycles continue. There actually is a very big link between people with ADHD and autism and perpetuation of abuse cycles or being stuck in abuse cycles. I learned that one this morning. That's pretty fucking terrifying. But when we love ourselves more, when we work on ourselves, when we improve our standard of living for ourselves because we want to love ourselves more, we can break those cycles. Yes, Origin, it is a girl-defined morning. This is part 5. If you've missed the rest of it, then please absolutely go back and watch because I go on rampages about this. Oh, I love Fit and Curvy. She's the best. Yeah. Yeah, it is terrifying. It is terrifying. It is evil. It is... It's not going to stop until we stop it. And that's part of the reason why I'm doing this series. Because people need to know the type of things that they are pushing onto people. They need to know what they are selling for cash. They need to know that this is wrong, why it's wrong, how it's wrong, and what we can do to change the wrong. What we can do to teach our children, our children's children, our cousins, our anyone, any young person in our life. We can help them change the system. We can break those cycles as long as we keep them away from women like this. Women that say shit like this. Yeah. We don't need more self-love. We need more God love. The more we esteem the one who is worthy, the more we will see how loved and valued we are as his redeemed daughters. No amount of self-love or self-esteem can give us the fulfillment we are truly looking for. That must come from someone greater, someone who can look at us and tell us who we really are. I love the passage in Ephesians 1:3-14 that talks about who God says we are as his children. Here are a few of the words he uses to describe us. Chosen, adopted, forgiven, redeemed, sealed, obtained an inheritance to the praise of his glory. Slim, these women are in Texas. They are some of the most milquetoast, unseasoned white bitches in Texas. They are the worst of the Texans. Fuck Texas. I seem to have given myself a sore throat by doing all of this ranting, so this is fun. Yes, She says that she loves this song by Hillsong Worship. Hillsong is the church that they attend. Hillsong helps sell these antiquated ideas. They help preach these ideas to young people. It's just that Bethany and Kristen have monetized it, and it's terrible. Incredibly toxic. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. You absolutely might. It You might get triggered from this, absolutely, and I should put a trigger warning on these videos because, well, there's a lot of people that have been through some form of religious trauma. There are a lot of people that have been through any amount of trauma that can be triggered by the messages that these women send out. It's not okay. It should not be like that. I'm upset. My leg is shaking. I am tired. I am mentally drained from my own shit, and then these bitches are up to their usual bullshit. So, yeah, it's exhausting. It truly is. God's love. This is my personal opinion, Gary, and like you are more than welcome to agree to disagree, anything like that. We are more than welcome to talk about it at some other point in time. Absolutely. Um God's love is amazing when God's love is taught properly and used in a way that is not to attack or belittle other people. The church that I was raised in was wonderful. It absolutely was. We had people from all walks of life. We have open lesbian couples that I would babysit for. We had everything that was genuinely loving and caring for thy neighbor. I didn't know churches like these were a thing until I was in high school. And it broke my heart because even though I am not a member of the church anymore, the church that I grew up in was fantastic. My trauma comes from a lot of places, but the church was not one of them. And for that, I am incredibly grateful because they did everything in their power to make sure that my single mom of four was helped, that she had the resources that she needed and the help that she needed to make sure that we were all okay. And I will forever be grateful to them for that. I will. Hands down. But women like this teach a very hateful God. They teach a very unloving, uncaring, unworthy God. Someone that we will never, ever be worthy of worshiping because we are all terrible people. We are all sinners. We are all stupid. And it's horrible. Can one of my mods please get the bots? Yay. Thank you, Heon. Thank you, Ty. I appreciate it. My phone just doesn't want to cooperate right now. God damn it, Pearl. Rehide them. uh, um yeah. I think that one day you will recover enough to not be how do I phrase this? Okay. I think that you will recover enough to where you won't hate yourself over ideas that they perpetuated within you. I think that you will recover enough to where you won't continue the abusive fundamentalist cycle. I believe that you will recover enough to love yourself as you deserve to love yourself, because you do deserve and are worthy of love. The fundamentalist church does not teach anyone that they are worthy of actual love. And it sucks. But everyone is. Even I am. Like, I don't believe I am most of the time. That's why I have a therapist. But the truth of the matter is, we are all worthy and deserving of love. Yeah. That's what I think. I mean, God watches everything. Mm. Okay. Let's finish this out so that we can move on to the final blog post that we will read today. Yeah. Believe that Jesus is enough, and as his redeemed daughter, you are enough in him. Jesus is enough. We never have to be enough. In him, we have every ounce of love, worth, and purpose that we could ever have hoped or dreamed for. Think about it. God didn't send Jesus to this earth to teach us how to pump ourselves up and find worth within. No, he came to give us his life because we could never be enough. Woof. Bad at reading today. We could never save ourselves. We could never do what only a perfect, loving, amazing God could do. He gave life and redemption to a lost and broken people. That's us. That's you and me. But to all who did receive him, who believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of God. John 1:12. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old has passed away. Behold, the new has come. 2 Corinthians 5:17. Let's claim our identity as God's redeemed daughters and look to him. Let's choose to focus on loving our amazing Savior instead of loving ourselves. The more we focus on Christ and understand all that he did for us, the more we will find that all-satisfying love that we so desperately crave. When you're feeling down, turn to the one who loves you wholly and fully. The next time you're feeling down or in need of a pump-up talk, I encourage you to open your Bible to Ephesians 1:3-14 and read those verses over your heart. Allow the truth to empower you and give you the hope that you need for that day. I encourage all of you, instead of doing that, you should absolutely, if you need the pump-up talk, pump yourself up. Talk to someone that will pump you up. Talk to someone that will absolutely love and appreciate and find worth in you. Everyone has some level of self-fucking worth. Everyone does. There is something about you that someone is going to love unconditionally and fully. Is it going to be God? I don't fucking know. I don't believe in him. Do you believe in God? Then yeah, sure. You do you. But for what it is worth, for what anything is fucking worth, you are loved. You deserve to be loved. Someone will love you for who you are, no matter what. You may not believe it now, because most of the time I don't believe it either. But it's going to happen. And you can love yourself. It is okay. It is absolutely fucking okay to love yourself. And if you can't love yourself, it's okay to talk to someone and figure out how to love yourself. These women are infuriating. And we are going to do one more fucking blog post, and then I'm going to call it a day because I am tired. Mentally, I am done for the day because I have been up since 5 and I would like to take a nap. Whew. Yeah. So our final blog post is Self-Esteem, Why Christian Girls Don't Need It. Yeah. Christian women out there, you don't need self-esteem apparently. But this time Kristen's going to tell us why we don't need self-esteem. Bethany already done fucked it up and ruined everything. So let's see if Kristen does any better. I'm thinking the answer is no. Meet Jenny. She's a tall and lanky high school girl who wishes she was shorter and prettier. Jenny hates the way she looks. She's never had a boyfriend and blames it on the fact that she's too tall and too ugly. Years of bitterness and anger turn Jenny into a depressed young woman. Oof. Hi, I'm Mango Jones. I'm 5'10". I have always been on the bigger side. I have only recently lost like a shit ton of weight and it's been nice. And I'm continuing to lose weight because I want to be healthy. That is not to say that anyone that is bigger is not healthy. You actually literally can be healthy at any size as long as you are working with your doctor, eating a proper diet, and your blood work is coming back normal. Like, it is very much possible. But being a tall, bigger girl didn't help anything for me in high school or in middle school, actually. Like, I hit 5'10" when I was in like the 7th grade and I didn't get any taller. I just sort of stayed. Yeah. So being that, yeah, it can fuck with you. It can fuck with your self-esteem because a lot of dudes in middle and high school are really fucking mean about shit, but you're also like coming into your own, especially in middle school. Middle school kids are the worst. Oof. Yeah. But yeah, stuff like that can turn you into a depressed person. That's why we have things like therapists. Yeah, see, her parents decided to take her to a counselor. Yeah. Yeah. After hearing about her problems, the counselor explained to Jenny that she suffered from having low self-esteem. The counselor said that the solution to this problem is to simply love and accept yourself more. Like Jenny, millions of girls around the world are struggling with similar feelings about themselves. It makes sense too. We live in a culture that promotes bone skinny models as beautiful and encourages girls to hook up at a young age. Actually, no the fuck we don't, you stupid goddamn fucking bitch. Please pardon my language. I am upset now. Kristen, we go over this every single fucking week. I will go over it with you again and again and again. Okay? We are not, as a society, encouraging young girls to hook up. What we are doing is trying to encourage school systems to change the way their sex education is done so that everyone is aware and knows who the... I don't know anyone... goddamn phone. Anyway, I'm flustered. I am all over the place. I am aggravated. I need to take my birth control, actually. But I digress. We are trying to encourage people to do things safely. We know teenagers are going to have sex. We are aware that they are going to have sex. I lost my virginity when I was a teenager. It fucking happens. But you know what? They're uneducated about it. They are. So we need to encourage education, because if they were aware of all of the consequences, all of the risks, all of the everything involved, they would be more proactive in being protected. We would have less STDs with teenagers. We would have less teen pregnancies. We would have less need for abortions. The need for abortions is never going to go away. However, we can reduce it by properly educating the youths. How crazy is that concept? Yeah. Yeah. And you know what, Jenny? Fictional Jenny from this article. I suffered with low self-esteem, and you know what didn't help? It didn't help when I was in the 8th grade, got invited to a whole thing about, it was like a group date thing I got invited to, and they gave me the wrong information on purpose. That shattered my fucking self-esteem. That shattered my self-worth. But you know what? I'm gradually building it fucking back. It's okay to love yourself. It is okay. It is okay to try and improve your self-esteem. It is okay to do all of these things. It is. It is. Oh, Carrie, I did an entire thing on their beliefs on abortion. I gave a very nice sex education talk where I covered what the CDC guidelines for comprehensive sex education actually is. And it starts when kids are in elementary school learning about themselves and their bodies and goes all the way through high school. And it comes to things like sex and consent and abuse and LGBTQIA plus information. Like it's all incredibly important to have. It is. Comprehensive sex education will be the reason that the need for abortion goes down. It will be. Yeah, there's still always going to be a need. Something's always going to happen. Someone is going to need one somewhere. However, we can reduce it by being comprehensive and properly educating everyone. It's absolutely fucking important that it is brought back in schools, or if it's not brought back into schools, then parents need to be on top of it as well. If you're a parent out there, you're watching this right now and you're just like, yeah, that'd be nice, but I don't know how to approach this, call up a clinic. Go to Planned Parenthood. Go to a Title X clinic. If you tell them, hey, I want my kid to have a comprehensive sex education lesson, but I don't know where to start, they will have someone sit down with your child and talk to them and to you. Probably teach you some things you didn't fucking know. And they will give you the resources and everything. Like, it's amazing what type of information is out there. It is amazing what type of it's amazing what type of things you can learn when you actually go to a proper source for it. Let's put it that way. Put it that way. It's easy to feel insecure, ugly, and out of place in a world with so many expectations. True confession here. When I was younger, I had a serious case of I hate my nose. Bitch, you are a fucking model. You were literally a model. You can shut the fuck up right fucking now. Okay. I didn't like the way my thick nose sat on my face at all. I dreamed of having a slender, super skinny nose and secretly thought about getting nose surgery one day. Why did I hate my nose so much? Honestly, it's because a lot of supermodels and famous actresses had skinny little noses, and I wanted to be pretty like them. For me, beauty meant that I needed to have a skinny nose. It's contouring, you dumb motherfucker. You can contour your nose to make it appear thinner. We are women. We can shapeshift through makeup. So can men. Anyone can shapeshift. All the he, she's, and theys can shapeshift with makeup and make their nose look skinny as shit. But you know what, bitch? You didn't need to have a skinny nose because you were already a goddamn fucking model. Jesus fucking Christ. Talk about you're sitting here talking about self-esteem for women, and you literally were a model, a skinny model. Someone that people would look at and be like, God damn, I wish I could be her because I am not good enough. Fuck you. Fuck right off. Whether it's your nose, your hair, your body, your social status, your likes on Facebook, or something else, we all struggle with feeling like we're not good enough from time to time. Maybe you don't feel like you're good enough because your toxic church environment taught you that you aren't good enough. Did you ever consider that? In order to come up with a solution for this epidemic of people feeling bad about themselves, psychologists invented the term self-esteem. I'm sure you've heard the phrase before. Psychologists invented self-esteem? Guys, psychologists invented it. Did you know that? Self-esteem was invented by psychologists. Self-esteem is a secular thing. Self-esteem, holy fuck. You know, I thought these bitches were dumb, but they're just dumber. They keep getting dumber. They keep getting fucking dumber. In fact, maybe you've been labeled with it. What? Have you guys been labeled with self-esteem? I didn't know that you could be labeled with self-esteem. Jesus fucking Christ. Ah, yeah. Okay. It was Superghost. Superghost invented self-esteem. Superghost, do you label us with it too? Do you label us with self-esteem? God, these bitches are so dumb. Yeah, I know. Oh, yep. Got me there, Paris. God damn. I've been bamboozled. Yes, we are all labeled with self-esteem. We have all been labeled with self-esteem. Not low or high, just self-esteem. Yeah. I'm sure I would have been given that label when I struggled with the I hate my nose syndrome. Yes, you would have been labeled with self-esteem. Good job. Good job, Kristen. I am proud of you. So what exactly is self-esteem anyways? Here's how people define it. Feelings of worth based on your skills, accomplishments, status, financial resources, or appearance. All right, then. Yeah, those are good things to have feeling of worth over. I mean, your skills. You should feel proud and worthy of your skills. You should feel proud and worthy of your accomplishments. You should feel proud and worthy of the status that you retain, your financial resources. You should love yourself. Wow, no wonder so many girls get labeled as having low self-esteem problems. Unless you think you're the best thing since sliced bread in every category of life, you're probably going to struggle with some feelings of worthlessness. Hey, Kristen, this might come as a surprise to you, but you suck at reading comprehension. Okay? See, you say here in every category of life based off the definition, right? But there's this magical word right here. It's called or. You can feel worthy in some areas of life and not feel worthy in others and still have a pretty high fucking self-esteem. You can. It's possible. I have met some people that are, in my opinion, because beauty is in the eye of the beholder, I have met some people that are ugly as sin to me. But their self-esteem is through the fucking roof. Want to know why? Because they love themselves. They find themselves worthy in other areas of their life. It's a thing. You dumb fucking bitch. Ugh. I swear, I'm not going to have a voice by the end of this. I am not. Yes, the cat overlords very much need to know everything about us. Please keep labeling us. It's important. Yeah. Thank you, Mindy. Thank you. Try hating every aspect of yourself, stupid bitch. Those are the words. Those are the ones. Yes. Yeah. I agree, carnivores. Yep. Yes, I could have stopped at, "Hey, Kristen, you suck." But I love to rant at these people. I do. It helps me release a lot of anger that I have. It helps me to I'm hoping that enough people watch these videos to where they get educated on different aspects of fundamentalist Christianity and can determine for themselves that these people suck and we all deserve better. We can all do better. We are grown. Yes, everyone take a moment to hug yourself and tell yourself that you're worth loving, because you are. Every single goddamn one of us is worth loving. We are. Slim, I agree with Paris. You better love yourself and make sure you love hard. Make sure you love hard. Do it. Go. God's watching, No, they don't use the term daddy issues, mostly because in their fundamentalist cult, their dads are still around even if they don't love their moms. They stay together for the kids, and they are supposed to love and respect their dads. So they don't have daddy issues. They do have sky daddy issues. They call him God. It's unfortunate. Unfortunate. As good as the term self-esteem sounds, it has two major flaws. One, it's entirely based on how you feel about yourself. No shit. Two, the solution to solving the problem is to love yourself more. Oh my God. Damn. Did you guys know that self-esteem is based on how you perceive yourself? The self in self-esteem is you. Who the fuck knew that that's how words fucking work? Jesus Christ on a goddamn fucking cracker. Kristen, it's self-esteem because it's you. Yeah. Self-esteem is you, bitch. Okay. A doctor named Christina Hibbert explains 5 reasons for why she thinks self-esteem is a myth. She says we can never build a permanent sense of our own worth if we base our worth on things that are bound to change. Wow. Okay, Christina Hibbert, what type of doctor are you? I have to know. Who is Dr. Christina Hibbert? Because you sound really fucking dumb. Oh, let's see. You are. Oh, okay. Yep, you're. Guys, she's fundamentalist. Go fucking figure. Of course, you're gonna listen to the fundy. Thank you, Dr. Christina Hibbert. You have immediately stopped being credible in my eyes. I do not like that. Yes, Pearl, you're right. Words is fate. Yep. Origin, they don't. What they do know is that they want to perpetuate an idea that their version of love is the only version of love that anyone should follow so that they can get cash. There you go. That's where we're at. So, fundamentalist Dr. Christina Hibbert says that self-esteem is a myth because, 1, self-esteem is based on what we do and how we behave. No shit. Number 2, self-esteem is based on how we feel about ourselves. God damn it. Dr. Christina goddamn fucking Hibbert, you went to college. You were a college-educated woman. Self-esteem is yourself. It is you. It's what? Oh my fucking God. Okay. Self-esteem is based on what we think about ourselves. Again, the self in self-esteem is you. Your self-esteem is going to be based on how you think and how you feel about yourself. Jesus goddamn fucking Christ. Self-esteem is based on how we're doing compared to others. No, it's only based on that if we want to base it on that, because again, it's all about you. It's the self and self-esteem. My God, you're supposed to be educated. Self-esteem is based entirely on judgments, whether from others or from ourselves. Yes, it is. But that doesn't make self-esteem a goddamn myth. It doesn't. Oh my fucking God. Guys, I hate to break it to you. Self-esteem is not a myth. It's not. A lot of times, yes, self-esteem does come from the judgments of others or ourselves. We are going to be our own worst critics. We are. I do not know why this list exists. I do not know why Dr. Christina Hibbert thinks that she is credible. I do not know why these bitches do what they do. I'm at a loss. Honestly, these articles have kind of boosted my self-esteem up today, because at least I'm not this fucking stupid. As Christian girls, we know that our worth and value doesn't come from what other people think about us or how well we perform in life. Our worth and value has nothing to do with us earning it. We can love ourselves to the moon and back and we'll still struggle with feelings of worthlessness. Oh. Yeah, we can. Because we're fucking human. Because sometimes our brains don't properly fucking function, and we should go talk to a therapist who will help us understand why our brains aren't fucking functioning properly. Guess what? If you're feeling really fucking worthless all the time, you could be suffering from clinical depression. If your brain cannot produce the serotonin, store-bought is fine too. My brain lets the dopamine get lost from point A to point B. It just wanders off somewhere. So I take medication so that the dopamine goes from point A to point B properly, so that my executive function is no longer dysfunctional. It's okay to not be okay. It is okay to need to seek help, because you love you love yourself so much, but you still feel worthless in other areas of life. It is okay to talk to someone about it. Quit acting like it's such an issue. Quit acting like, oh, it's because God. Stop. It's because our brains don't work fucking properly because we're human. Oh. Bethany, Kristen, I'd love to see y'all sit down with a psychologist and learn what your actual problems are. I would love to know what your diagnoses are. I would. I know what my diagnoses are, because I recognize the fact that I needed help, and I sought help, and I get help. Maybe one day you'll learn that you need help, because you do. You absolutely fucking do. There's so many things wrong with the things that you perpetuate and the ideas that you hold. You want to act high and mighty. You want to act like your hearts are so pure. But we see the way that you act with each other. Kristen, you were a model. And Bethany was fucking jealous. Bethany, you talked to a guy one time at church and had a good conversation and immediately thought that you were dating. Kristen struggled with getting pregnant for years. And Bethany got pregnant on the first try and rubbed it in her sister's face every opportunity she got. You guys have massive issues. You guys are not godly. You are not practicing what you preach. You are not loving each other the way that you should. You are not doing what you should be doing. And you really do need to seek some sort of assistance outside of the church. As simple as. Please. Jesus Christ. They even say here, we aren't good enough on our own. By perpetuating the idea that we are not good enough on our own, you are actively encouraging young girls with low self-esteem to marry the first guy that gives them attention. You are actively encouraging them to end up in abuse cycles. You are actively encouraging them to be unhappy for the rest of their lives. That is not okay. That is not conducive to a well-oiled machine. That is not conducive to a good society. That is not conducive to anything at all. It's not going to help anyone except for your pockets, because you're clearly making money off of this. And it's heartbreaking. Yeah. I am actively fighting to stay out of abuse cycles. I'm actively fighting to make sure that my son does not fall into abuse cycles. I did not have self-esteem and self-worth for a long fucking time. And I'm building that up. And I am working on it. But had I read any of this when my self-esteem was at its lowest, I would think that I didn't deserve anything better than the abuse I was getting, whether it be from my family or a partner or a school system or society. I would fully believe that I deserved all of that abuse. And that is not an okay message to send out to anyone at all. Fuck you. Fuck you. The only way to completely overcome low self-esteem is to recognize where your good comes from. Christ is the only good in you. It does not matter to Bethany or Kristen that you actively volunteer. It does not matter to Bethany and Kristen that you donate to good causes. It does not matter to Bethany and Kristen that you love others as you love yourself, because none of those things are actual good. Yeah. These are horrible ideals. These are things that should not be said to anyone. These are not things that should be taught. What we all need is less self-esteem and more Christ esteem. Remember Jenny from the beginning? If she takes the route of loving herself more to boost her self-esteem, she won't find lasting security. Even if she had a boyfriend and learned how to accept her height, she would still find something else to feel worthless about. Until Jenny learns to view her height, body, and looks as a creative masterpiece of her loving savior, she will never be happy. She will always compare herself to other girls until she can learn to gratefully accept the body God gave her. She will not be content until she finds her security in Christ and not a boyfriend. No amount of guy attention will satisfy. The best way to fix low self-esteem issues is to set ourselves aside and instead focus on esteeming our Savior Jesus. I know that might sound cheesy, but it's true, except it's not true. It's not. Jenny very likely has her height, body, and looks because of genetics. They are genetics. Come from genetics. Until she learns that there are some things in life that she cannot control at the present moment, such as her looks, her height, and her body, she won't be able to love herself. It's not because of God. It's not. And yes, she may find other things to feel worthless about. Everyone does. We are humans. We are flawed. We will always be flawed. We will always find something that someone else has done or is doing that makes us jealous or makes us feel bad. But we are grown. We can take that energy, we can take that anger, we can take that resentment, we can take that jealousy, and we can turn it into something better for ourselves. We don't need to turn to God and pray about it. We need to just focus all of that into something else that makes us feel worthy. Yeah. Yes. Yes, it is. It's very nutty. Hi, Mr. Fear. Thank you for being here. They are incredibly brainwashed. Yes. Yep. Yeah. We yeah. We're not worthy of loving ourselves according to them. Oh, see, Mr. Fear, this is fundamentalist Christianity. So everything is all about God all the time in a more intense way than AA does it. It's terrible. A girl whose heart and mind are diligently focused on serving God, loving his people, and sharing his gospel rarely has time to feel worthless. That is not true. A girl who knows she's made in the image of God and is uniquely designed by her creator will dismiss the lies of the enemy that she's worthless. A girl who has never had a boyfriend can still feel valuable because she's focused on God's opinion of her and not what her friends think. I love how Leslie Ludy puts it. Who the fuck are you, Leslie Ludy? You're an author. This is great. What type of author are you? Yep, she is an American Christian author, speaker, and editor. She and her husband, Eric, wrote When God Writes Your Love Story. Yep. Yeah, she's another fundy. Yep. Immediately, all credibility is out the fucking window. When we let self fade into the background and become consumed with Jesus Christ, our personal insecurities will melt away. We no longer look to ourselves, our own merit, talent, beauty, or uniqueness to find confidence. Instead, we learn to find our confidence in who He is rather than who we are. Okay. Yesterday, I spent all day feeling genuine happiness up until a certain point. I felt unconditional love from my friends. I felt supported, encouraged. I felt kindness. I felt affection and admiration. I was having a wonderful day. And something in my brain flipped and said that I did not deserve it. There was no reason for me to feel that way. And it started to send me down a spiral. That spiral being a trauma response. because holidays, special occasions, things like my birthday are all incredibly hard. They are. Because I, most of the time, do not feel like I deserve those things. God will not fix that. I cannot sit down and pray to God that all of those feelings of worthlessness and like I'm unworthy of good things cannot be fixed by God. That is why I called a therapist this morning. My therapist, a woman who works with me very hard on a lot of things because she has experience with complex PTSD, trauma, and domestic violence. She has those experiences. So I work with her very closely. We absolutely need to love ourselves for our own merit, our own talent, our own beauty, and our own uniqueness. All of us are created so very differently. All of us have so many things going on that are just so unique to us that they're trying to wipe all of that uniqueness out with God by saying God, by having God be the answer to everything. And that is not it. If anything, focusing in on God, on what they think his message should be for us, is going to leave us feeling even more worthless. Because what if we're not loving God enough? What if Judy down the street is loving God more than me? What if because, fucking Barbara brought sandwiches to the Bible study, God loves her more? Hey, Kristen, does God love your sister more because she was able to get pregnant on the first try? Do you believe that? Is that something that truly in your heart you believe? Because if it is, you need help. You need assistance. You need to talk to someone that isn't a biblical counselor. Because your genetics, because your body, because the way that you are, because of how things work, because how your plumbing is built, you think that God loves your sister more? It's really fucked up. That is dangerous rhetoric. That is a dangerous mindset. That is not something that you should believe. Please seek help outside of biblical counseling. Please understand that your uniqueness is important. Please understand that you can have so much more to your life outside of God if you just pay attention to who you are as a person and learn the things that you love on your own. Fucking Christ on a goddamn fucking cracker. It's not that difficult to figure the fuck out. Quit pushing these ideals. The next time you're feeling down about yourself, stop and ask yourself these 3 questions. Am I focused on serving Christ right now or serving myself? Am I more concerned with what people think about me or what God thinks about me? Am I displaying a heart of ingratitude or gratitude to God right now? Kristen, my thoughts, because you would love to hear my thoughts on this topic, are that you and your sister and your family and everyone involved in the church that you go to, everyone that taught you these fucked up ideals are garbage. You are all garbage people. You are pushing harmful and hateful things on young women. You are enabling cycles of abuse. You are perpetuating abuse cycles. You are teaching young women that it is okay to hate themselves as long as they love God, and that is not good. It is not safe. It is not ideal. I am thoroughly fucking exhausted. I am mentally spent for the entire goddamn day. I want to thank all of you for being here, everyone that liked and shared and commented and participated in the conversation, everyone that does anything. Again, I've got donation thingies in the description. If you don't want to give to me because I am just some random bitch on the internet, please give to the Satanic Temple Reproductive Rights Legal Aid Fund. I would greatly appreciate it because they do the good work for human rights. There are also links for reproductive health resources, and there are links for LGBTQIA plus resource hubs for individuals and their families. So please absolutely seek the help that you need if you need it. Don't listen to people like this that love to push harmful rhetoric. Don't turn to a biblical counselor. Find actual help, and you can find the help in my description depending on what your needs are. Thank you, everyone. I love you all, and I will talk to you later.